since I just started this recording, I'm going to kind of rehash this because I'm recording it for my website to have this video. So we're talking about transformations, and a transformation is some sort of change in a figure. A pre-image is a shape before we change it, and an image is the new figure we get after we change the pre-image. Okay, isometry. Isometry is similar to the word similarity, where you have similar figures. Similar figures are similar in shape, but usually different in size. But an isometry is where the transformation, the pre-image and the image are both congruent. They're going to be exactly the same size. Okay, so some transformations the size changes, but in isometries the size does not change. The figures stay the same size, and so they stay congruent. It'll make more sense when we do some of these. Okay, prime notation is used to sometimes name an image. Sometimes you'll start with a pre-image that's A, B, and C. If you want to use prime notation, what you'll do is call your image, your new shape, A prime, B prime, C prime. And the way that's written is with little apostrophes, okay? So prime notation is when we use apostrophes to change the name of an image. Okay, so for example, if I have a triangle that is an image of a different triangle, and the old triangle was ABC, triangle ABC, I might want to name my new triangle, triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. And it'll just have those little apostrophes like that, but we actually, instead of saying A apostrophe, B apostrophe, C apostrophe, we use the word prime to name that. Okay? So we will be using that notation today. Okay, orientation of a figure. Orientation can be same or opposite. Same is where it's just like the same, going the same direction. If you name it, the letters are in the same direction. Opposite orientation is where they go the opposite direction or backwards, or it's like a reflection. Same or opposite if image is flipped backward. That's how I'm going to describe it. Okay. Symmetry. Does anybody know what symmetry is? Symmetry is where one part of a figure looks exactly like another part. Okay? Yeah, that was. How did you say it again, Tyler? Two sides are the same? Well, it doesn't have to just be. Yeah, something like that. Good job. Okay, so symmetry is where one part of a figure is exactly like another part. So there's lots of things in geometry or in math in general that has symmetry. I'm trying to think of something that is definitely symmetric that you might have, I mean, okay, you mentioned an octagon, but I want something that's maybe more, I don't know, we can just do a triangle. So this triangle is similar to itself, has symmetry. This triangle has symmetry. If we draw a line down the middle of it, notice how each side of it is identical to the other side. That's called symmetry, and this line that I drew down the middle is the line of symmetry. But symmetry is not always just a line. Sometimes symmetry has to do with a picture being rotated and repeated that way. Symmetry does not have to just be where it's the same on both sides of a line. It can be any of the things we're going to talk about today. Okay, a tessellation. A tessellation is a repeating pattern, of figures or shapes, whichever word you want to use, without gaps or overlaps. So I just put up this poster this morning. I don't know if you noticed that there was something different hanging there. That has a whole bunch of different tessellations with a shape that repeats over and over and fills in the square on each one. After the CRT, we will be making some tessellations. Here's another example of a tessellation that a student has made, where it has a Christmas tree type of shape that's been repeated over and over. But I thought this one was really clever because some of them are actually turned upside down or rotated around the other direction. So there's another example of a tessellation. So we will actually do some tessellations of our own after the CRT is over. For now, though, the important thing is knowing the shapes that can tessellate. There are three different shapes that tessellate. They are triangles, quadrilaterals, so like squares, for example, and hexagons. Triangles, quadrilaterals, so any quadrilateral, kite, trapezoid, rectangle, square, and then any hexagon shape.